Thank you. I have a question. Who here would like to change? Show of hands. Okay, almost everybody except Yukta. Yukta is good as it is. Who here would like to be a part of the change that changes the world? Who would want to change the world? Almost all of us. Great. I am just like you. When I was born, my parents said, in Hindi, "Ye mera beta kuch karega." English translation, "He will change the world." And so that thought drove me to countless number of self-help books. Now, when you guys were partying on Friday, I was at a cottage. And cottage is a time where I get to connect with my wife, my son, tell stories around campfire, read books, listen, learn. And I read a book again. As the famous saying, if you want to learn something new, read the same book again. And so I read The Alchemist from start to end. And there was a particular story that resonated with me that changed the way I thought about creating change or being a part of the history of the world. And that's what I'd like to share with you today. So I want you to imagine or come to me in the age of the ancient Roman Empire, when Emperor Tiberius was Caesar. There lived a man who had two sons. One of his sons served in the military in the distant regions of the empire. And his other son was a poet who delighted all of Rome with his beautiful verses, just like a Toastmaster. One night, this old man had a dream. And in his dream, an angel appeared. And the angel told him that the words of one of your sons will be repeated throughout the history of mankind. The old man woke up teary, as any father would be so proud to know that my son's words would be repeated throughout the history of time. Shortly thereafter, that old man died. He died because he was trying to save a young boy from being crushed at the wheels of a chariot. Now, because he lived his life in a just and a fair manner, he went directly to heaven. And at the doors of the heaven, the same angel was standing to greet him. And this is what the angel said: "You have lived a just life and have died with dignity. I grant you one wish of your choosing." The man said, "Life was good to me. I don't need anything for myself, but any father would be so proud of his son's words being repeated throughout the history of mankind. And can you take me to the distant future where I can see and hear the words of my son?" The angel came close, touched the man's shoulder, and they were transported into a distant future in an immense setting, thousands of people. They were all speaking a strange language called English. Now remember, ancient Rome, modern English. The man cried in tears of happiness, and he asked the angel, "Can you please tell me which of my son's verses these people are saying?" The angel came close, with tenderness sat the man down at a nearby bench. And he said, "Your son's verses were very famous during the time of Emperor Tiberius, but with his death, his verses were forgotten. The words that you're hearing now are that of your son in the military." The old man was shocked and surprised. The angel said, "Your son served in the military, and because he was just and an honest man just like you, he was promoted to be centurion." Then one afternoon, one of his servants, which happened to be his son, fell ill. and it appeared that the boy might die. Your son heard of a rabbi who could cure the sick. And so he rode out for days and days in search of this rabbi. And as he rode out for days, it appeared that the man he was in search of was the Son of God. And so as he rode out, he came across a lot of people and learnt about his faith. And despite being a Roman centurion, he converted to that faith. Finally, the day arrived. He was under the same roof with the rabbi, and he told him what he was there for. The rabbi said, "Take me to your son." But the angel said, "Your man, your son," the centurion, was a man of great faith. And he looked into the eyes of the rabbi, and as he looked, he knew he was standing in the presence of the Son of God. And these are the words he said, kneeling down to him. And he said these words, "My Lord, I am not worthy that you shall come under my roof, but only say the words, and my servant will be healed." For context, there are about 2.7 billion Christians on this planet right now. And every time someone goes to the altar to receive communion, just before they do that, the priest says these exact words. The point of this story is, no matter what a person does, every single person plays a central role in the history of the world. And normally, they don't even know about it. Each one of you here are playing a central role in the history of a world. Whether you're a coach training the next speaker, whether you're a coder or a designer, whether you're a stockbroker, whether you're a chef, whether you're a YouTuber, every single person plays a central role in the history of the world. My only question I want to leave you with is this: are you aware of the impact that you are making in this world today? Thank you very much.